For colored pencils, every time we have colored pencils out at the tables, I will also have a sharpener with a bucket. That's where you're going to sharpen your pencils. Do not tap the pencils on the tables. They're not drumsticks. Try not to drop them on the floor. That's how the leads break inside. So if you're sharpening and it keeps breaking, that's why. For shapes, we're actually just going to draw some shapes. If you're doing accordion or pinwheel, just fill your space with shapes. Okay, so that's how you should be coloring with colored pencil, not like this. If I lay in another square here, that's not fully colored in. It's also not pressing hard. Okay, so this is the difference right next to each other. Pressing hard. This is how you use a colored pencil. This is not how you use a colored pencil. So if you say, well, I really want to have a light pink there, how do I get a pink? You could make it pop and be nice rich color, just what we're after, by going lightly with the red and then press hard with the white over the top. That's how you make new colors, is by layering up different colors. But we're not going to settle for just a halfway colored in thing. Press hard so it shows up well. That's how it should be used. For your form, you're actually going to draw this cone that is at your table. Now, you're going to start off by drawing a triangle, two sides of a triangle. Okay, so that's here. I'm going to hold mine up so that you can see it on camera. So I'm drawing this cone. To make it a cone and not a triangle, the bottom part of it needs to be curved. If you make it a straight line, it's a triangle, and it will never be anything but a triangle. You can't make it look three-dimensional. That's the difference. This is what form is, where you're making it look like it has some three-dimensionality to it, like it's rounded or it's curved or it's sticking out somehow. Okay, so as I'm looking at mine, this edge is a little darker, this side is darker, it's just getting less light. The middle is light. So another thing to make it look like it has some three-dimensionality, some form to it, is we're going to add some shading to these. And for the shading, your lines need to be curved as well. If you make them straight, you're making it flat again. So I'm going to add some shading in here, some curved lines. Right now I'm not pressing hard like I asked you to do, because I'm going to go back over things and shade it in more. So right now I'm just laying in kind of where I want this blue to be, which is going to be my dark. Adding a little bit of shading coming around the side because it's a little dark here. Okay. Now I'm going to go in with a lighter color. I'm just going to use yellow on this for my light, so that's my center here. And I'm going to add in some color for that. Going back over this and cleaning it up, blending the whole thing, and pressing hard on the whole thing. So make sure you're curving your line so that it has form to it. Over the top of your Sharpie, especially the pinwheel people, when you flip your paper over, you're going to need to use some darker colors to cover up, fade out that Sharpie. So make sure that you're pressing hard too, so we can get rid of that. Okay, for 7 drawings, you are going to draw your hand again 2 more times, blind contour. Next, for shape for 7 drawing people, you're going to take some colors and in the background, draw some geometric shapes. You don't have to do a pattern. I've just decided to make a pattern in mine. And lastly, I think I'm actually going to color my hand in. You don't have to, but I want it to show up better. I want you to go back and look at your hand again, and you're going to make it look 3-dimensional by adding some shading. I'm going to use blue and yellow here. So I'm going to look at my hand, and it's darker over here and lighter here. So I'm going to use some curved lines to make it look 3-dimensional. Remember, these aren't going to be looking realistic because we did blind contours to move quickly on these, but we're going to get it to look like form, which is what we want. So it has some 3-dimensional quality to it.